Very good morning to all the students, all the teachers of modern schools, and all principals who are live on this program, and to also those who are watching this on YouTube Live. Today, I feel privileged to introduce a very well-known personality by now to most of the students, Sri D.V. Ramarao Garu. A brief introduction regarding him. He is a faculty in Commerce, PGT, Commerce at PSFS Jakapalli, Narsapur, Medak district. To his credit, he has worked previously in BIPS College, Vizag, and INC Hyderabad. He has also extended his services at Deloitte Tax Consultancy, which is in High Tech City, uh, before joining as PGT Commerce in this modern school project. So, over to you, DV Ramarao Garu. I request you to start the session. The session would be on Unit 1, Chapter 2, Stock Exchange.
Thank you, sir. A very good afternoon to respected principal ma'ams, sirs, and my dear students. Now we are very familiar with me, right? Okay. Today I'm coming with a very interesting topic, stock exchange, where you will be hearing about this topic on your news channels, okay, and people will be talking about markets and all those things. Before we proceed further, okay, here is a small activity for you people to get connected. Okay, make sure you are answering this. Okay, organized secondary markets are known as, or secondary markets in capital markets are known as. Okay, quickly type that answer. Everyone should focus. Okay, everyone should participate. This answer we already know. Okay, okay, and make sure that everyone is following it. Okay, this topic is very interesting. It gets with some details about the stock exchange and other things. So here are our learning objectives. So we'll try to understand what is the meaning of a stock exchange, okay, and any definitions related to it, and the significance of a stock exchange. Why do we need a stock exchange? This is very important, okay. And from intermediate exam point of view, also you will have the significance of stock exchange as a question, okay. And listing of securities. Why do we get our company shares listed on a stock exchange? That means, why do we get them noted on a stock exchange? And what is the process involved in it? And what are the functions of a stock exchange? A very favorite question for the examiner to examine you. And we'll just go through the BSc and NSc concepts, okay. And at the last but not the least, we'll be talking about the Securities Exchange Board of India, okay. Overall, what we will be talking about is the stock exchange, okay. Who are the players in it, who is controlling it, and why should we get listed? These are the things which we have to understand. And all these learning objectives you must, okay, you must learn them. And this is very interesting. It's not and this is going to be a base for you in your future also. Like, you can understand whether you are taking it as a career, finance as a career or not, or commerce as a career or not. In your day-to-day life, if you want to invest your monies, you definitely need to understand what these are, okay. Okay, this we are already familiar with, right? When we were studying about financial markets, you must have seen this caption. What is that? Financial markets can be classified into capital markets, and capital markets can be further classified into primary market and secondary market. What is other category of financial markets? It is classified into money market, and money market can be further classified into organized money market and unorganized money market. So primary market we have already seen, okay. What is that? Where the companies can raise their capital or raise their securities directly from the market, right? They can go for public issue, they can go for rights issue. All these aspects we have studied in our financial markets session, right? Clear? Okay. Today we will be focusing exclusively on secondary market. And when I was talking about capital markets, I gave an introduction about secondary markets, saying that this is a place where You sell your securities, right? Do you remember what these securities are? Quickly type the answer. They are the shares, your bonds, your debentures, all these things come under the category of your securities, right? And we are coming out with a word saying listed securities. Okay, that means when you want to be part of your stock exchange, when you means your company, okay, always assume from company point of view. As far as this topic goes, don't think individually, okay? We are talking from a company's perspective. So as far as a company is concerned, if it wants its shares, debentures and bonds, everything whatever it is, it has got to be traded, okay, then it has to be listed on a stock exchange. This point you have to understand. And we have got the act 1956 Securities Contract Regulation Act. What does it say? It says stock exchange is a association or organization or body of individuals, and most importantly what they are involved into, they are involved into assisting, regulating and controlling what? Securities, in buying, in dealing and selling. Okay, so simply if you understand that a stock exchange is the place where you buy and sell securities, that should be good. Okay, but always good to remember this definition from the act. Okay, it will be very quick. You need to focus a lot on this. Do you see the picture? Now it won't be like this anymore. Okay, but when we talk about the evolution of stock exchange in India, once the Companies Act started coming in during British period of time, in 1875, we have the first stock exchange, okay, which is known as Native Share in Stockbrokers Association, and presently this is known as Bombay Stock Exchange. So now here is a question, simple question. I'm giving you the answer, but I'm still asking with the. I'm going ahead with the question. Which is the oldest stock exchange in Asia? Okay, not only in India, I'm asking in Asia. Okay, so when we talk about the evolution of stock exchange, that means how stock exchange came into India and how it started evolving. First 1875, we have the Native Share in Stockbrokers Association, which we presently call as BSE. Okay, then in 1894 we have stock exchange in Ahmedabad set up. Okay, 1908 we have got stock exchange in Calcutta, which is presently known as Kolkata. Okay, stock exchange in Madras, Chennai, 1937. Okay, and 1992 National Stock Exchange. Presently, when we talk about stock exchanges, two stock exchanges play a major role. What are they? Bombay Stock Exchange, okay, and National Stock Exchange. Your BSE and NSE. I'll be using these words very frequently, so you have to catch up with me. Okay, already we have seen. And the next question that comes to my mind is, sir, do we have only these which we have listed in our evolution of stock exchange? There are more. There are more. Okay. So at present, there are 23 stock exchanges. So major stock exchanges which are playing role is your BSE and NSE. Okay. So if I'm a company, I'm having a company, or if a company is there, it may be either listed on a Bombay Stock Exchange or NSE, okay, National Stock Exchange. Okay. So like that, if I take, there are about 5,518 companies which are listed as far as February 20th, 2020 is concerned. Like till that period of time, we have the statistics 5,518, and on NSE we have 1799 companies. That means about 1,800. Okay, am I clear? Okay. Now, when we were talking about savings, pulling them into investment in companies and all, we started about capital markets. We started talking about the intermediaries which are playing role, and we said we'll be investors' money will be invested. Okay, they will be channelized to company and all. As an individual investor, also, I may be investing money directly into a company. In what form? Either I may be trying to become a shareholder directly by applying to the shares of that company, or indirectly, that means I may be buying the shares of a company which are already existing in the market. So I'm an investor. Did you get it? Step back and think. I have money, I have savings, okay, I have money. I'm trying to invest my money in a company, okay. In our capital market, we have studied directly we are investing, which comes under the primary market. Now we are not going into that story. Now our focus will be on stock exchange. That means on stock exchange, that company share, say for example, I want to invest in Infosys. Okay, so that company's share is already there on a stock exchange. Okay, list of a stock exchange. So what I will do now, by they are not issuing any fresh capital, they are not issuing any fresh shares. So what I will try to do, I will try to buy the shares from a stock exchange. Simple. This is the concept which we need to understand. So stock exchange is the place where you buy and sell securities. Now you understood who is an investor. You can be an investor, I can be an investor, anyone can be an investor. That means we are trying to put our monies into some company. Okay, that is the reason why we are known as investors. Okay, so what is the need or significance of a stock exchange? Okay, this is how it is very important. At any point of time, what is the value of my holdings? That means if I bought some shares, okay, say for example, I bought shares from Infosys, okay, and 100 rupees share, and let us say I bought it for 125 rupees. The value is still 100 rupees. You remember my first session on capital markets, right? So 100 rupees, I purchased it, say 125 rupees. Now I'm trying to know what will be the value of my share, what will be the price of my share today. So I will log into my stock exchange. Okay, I will see what are the details that are provided on a stock exchange. Okay, and I will try to see what is the price of my share. It may show 130 rupees or 150 rupees or whatever it is. That means a stock exchange helps the investor to know what is the worth of the holdings. That means his shares at any time. You can simply log onto the website and you can see. Okay, and as an investor, I know which company is doing how, because the prices are available on the stock exchange, right? When I go to the stock exchange, I can easily see what price of share of each company is. Okay, so I can evaluate them, and I can know how the companies are doing. So how will be the price of the shares of the company based on the company's performance? Just to make things clear, I will simplify the concept, okay, for you guys. What is that? Say for example, layman language. It hasn't got anything to do with our stock markets. I'm giving a layman example. Okay, I purchased a movie ticket. Okay, let's say some movie, Bahubali, something. Okay, movie ticket, and now that movie is a hit. Okay, if I want to sell my ticket, immediately there will be many people who will come to buy that. Why? Because there is already a feedback saying that that movie is a great hit. Okay, so people will tend to give you more for whatever the ticket you are holding. Okay, this is a layman example. Now come to our stock market. Okay, now the company is doing well, your shares are good, then you can feel, you means as an investor you can feel free and confident, and you can invest in that company. Thus it reduces the risk which is associated with your investment. Am I clear? Okay, so and another thing is, it helps me, what helps me, stock exchange helps me to invest funds in a company, reputed company in the sense where the company is doing well. Am I clear? So I know I have the information about various companies on a stock exchange, how they are performing. So what I can do, I can invest whatever the extra money I have or the more money I have, and I can go to that particular company. I can buy the shares of that company. This is what we need to understand when we say invest in surplus funds. Okay, and it reveals us investment options. All these are supporting to each other points. Okay, so what are your investment options? Now we have lots of money with you. You have the stock exchange, which gives you all the information related to investment, how the companies are performing and all. So you have the choice, investment option. Okay, and obviously you will go and invest in the best company performing. Am I clear? Clear, right? and it helps in liquidity. Do you remember in my earlier sessions, we talked about liquidity. Liquidity is equal to 100% liquidity means what am I talking about? That means whatever the things which you can convert it into cash, cash itself is 100% liquid, and whatever the things which you can convert quickly into cash, we will say that those things have high liquidity. So securities means your shares enjoy high liquidity because your stock exchange provides for it. That means you can simply sell your securities with just a click. You can convert them into cash. The question is whether you are gaining or losing is a different story. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about converting your shares, okay, into cash quickly. That is what I'm talking about. So if I need money, I have shares, I can just sell them and I will get the cash into my account. And it safeguards the interests of investors. How it safeguards the interests of investors? Investors can know like what's happening. A stock exchange also knows what's happening. They will keep an eye on everything. Okay, they see that the investors are not duped. Okay, am I clear? So we're moving ahead. It acts as a collateral for a loan. Do you remember whenever we need a loan and whenever we go to a bank, they simply doesn't give you anything, everything just like that as a loan. What they will say, do you have anything to pledge? Okay. For example, they will say, do you have a land? Do you have gold? Okay. Are you working somewhere like that? They will ask so many questions. And if I'm not working and all those things, then they will say, give me your gold, take this loan as a loan and repay it, take your loan back. Okay. So what is acting as a collateral? Your gold or your assets. Here, whatever the securities, that means whatever the shares I'm having, that I can use. I here refers to the investor, that I can use as a loan, as a collateral for a loan. Am I clear? So I can take them to a bank saying that I have shares in so and so company. Please give me a loan. Say for example, I have 10,000 rupees worth the shares. Give me a loan. They will check the market, they will see, and they'll give you a loan. Okay, am I clear? Once I know that I'm getting good returns in the sense when I deposit in a bank, I get interest. When I'm investing in shares, I get dividend. Okay, so based on the information that is available on a stock exchange, okay, you are investing and you are getting good returns. What happens next? It thrives you to save more and more money and invest. And also you will have information about various companies, right, which are there on the stock exchange. You will try to take the risk, okay, after many calculations on the stock exchange. And how best the company is doing, the credit worthiness of the company, you can have that information on a stock exchange. Okay, am I clear? And one important thing is all the applicants who are there on a stock exchange, they're treated equally in fairness. There will not be any discretion as far as the stock exchange is concerned, because the companies that are listed, their information is available. And the only thing you have to do is you have to understand that and you need to invest your money. Okay, clear? So we have got significant importance of a stock exchange from various perspectives, and we have seen for an investor, it helps him to invest money, secure, it helps him to take risk. Okay, take risk in the sense losing, not losing, but calculated risk. Okay, and it drives his savings, all those things we have seen. Now from company's perspective, how the stock exchange will help? Okay, it helps in availability of capital. Okay, say for example, my company is there, my company is on a stock, listed on a stock exchange. Okay, so let us say X company, and it's doing very good in the business, in the market. Okay, business and also market. Let us say I'm saying I'm into power distribution and I'm doing very good. Or software, let us take software, which is easy. Okay, so software company, my exports are good, I'm doing very well, so I have got good reputation now. Now imagine that the software company, it is trying to enter into a real estate company or some other company, some other area. Then it needs more capital, right? Okay. Then what it does, it goes for issue of shares, which we have learned in our capital markets. And people will be ready to invest in that company. Why? Because their shares as a software company are doing well, and this information is available on a stock exchange. That means their company is doing good, their business is good. Now they are going for a new venture or additional capital or new business. Since they are doing good in that area, people are sure that they will be doing in other areas. So as an investor, I will be very much tempted, though it is a new company coming up, I will be very much tempted. I will try to invest in that company. Am I clear? So the credibility, the availability of capital, everything counts based on the performance of your company shares in a stock exchange, your mobilization, okay, mobilization of capital. So now the company which is already existing, working in a software business, now it has come into, like, let us say power distribution, okay, or let us say it has come into real estate. So I know that company is doing good. So now I'm investing in the new company. What the company's business is up to, it is into real estate, right? So I can, for them, for that company, what's happening? They're getting capital easily because people trusted our earlier company. Okay. And not only that, these days they are going online and they are going to stock markets for mobilization of capital. Okay, stock exchanges. So it provides a continuous market for them as far as capital is concerned. Impressions, I already talked about you. Since I believed in that company as an investor, now I'm investing in the new company. And once the company enjoys good reputation, performance, its performance in business is very well, then obviously the shares of that company in stock exchanges will enjoy higher prices, which we can see in the day-to-day business. Okay, and once people are confident, why they are confident? They are confident because they know my company is doing well, they are earning profits. And how is that I am knowing all these things? Because all this information is available on a stock exchange, right? Because that company is listed there. So what is that? I'm ready to give or I'm ready to invest. So if I'm ready to give, it's related to the credit which I'm extending to that company. Or if I'm ready to invest, it is like the company coming with the additional shares or new shares. Am I clear? So the company will enjoy wider market and credit facilities. Okay, to society, how stock exchange is helping to the society. Okay, what is its significance? It helps in economic development of the country, because once when the companies, they are coming out with information, giving all the they are listed, giving all the information about their financials, everything, and they are there on the stock exchange, their shares are traded. Okay, and when they are going for new capital, investors are coming forward. Okay, that means they are able to set up a new company. That's how your economic development takes place. I already told you, when the new company is coming up, what happens? You will have more material. Okay, all the factors of production gets involved. You will have more production facilities, you will have more people who will get salaries, who will be spending, purchasing. Okay, because once the purchasing increases, your production process increases, and that's resulting in profit, again profit to again investment. Like that your economic development takes place. This we already discussed. Okay, and how stock exchange is useful to the society. Okay, it is able to channelize, provide opportunity to the financial resources. That means I'm having monies, okay, and I don't know where to keep them. At the most I know is I can deposit in a bank, but the returns on that money is less. So now when it comes to the stock exchange, when they are providing all the information about various companies, what are the profits that you are getting from those companies and all, that means now I'm aware that my company, I can invest in that particular company. Okay, so I'll invest my monies there because that company is doing good. And once the company gets good profits and gives me dividend, okay, which is normally would be higher than your return on deposits, okay, in a favorable condition. So I'll be happy as an investor because I'm getting more returns when I'm investing in a company. That is how it is helping us our in society. Okay, so once a good company like stock exchange certifies that this company, and remember that it is not the stock exchange which will certify a company, But once the company does well on a stock exchange, everyone will come to know. Okay, so it will enjoy the reputation, and people will be tempted, or people will try to invest in such type of companies. And do you understand what those do you know what those companies are called as? Normally, a company which enjoys good reputation, where people will be very much tempted to invest their monies and all. Anyone? Anyone of you give that answer? Okay, they are known as blue chip companies like Infosys, because we are sure that it does good. Okay, so we will try to invest in such type of shares. Okay, and a society, you are not wasting your money, you are saving your money. So saving habits develops as far as people are concerned. Okay, this is the significance of stock exchange. Then the next question that comes to my mind is, why should I list my company shares on a stock exchange? And we don't have to worry too much about what do you understand by listing and all. Simple terms, layman language I'll talk. Okay, listing is like getting an admission in a college, right? Okay, so if you are registered as a student in a college, that means you will be there on the attendance register also, because you are already admitted into it. Same, that is the layman's language for you to understand. Now I'm talking about companies. Okay, so listing of securities means you are going to stock exchange, you are saying that, okay, please accept us onto your list. Okay, so you are accepting, you are asking stock exchange to list your shares. So the stock exchange will say, okay, from now onwards we have for trade RR's shares. Okay, RR is a company, so it is saying, since I requested, it is saying, okay, RR shares can be traded. So people can buy RR shares, RR company shares. Okay, they can sell RR company shares. That means I am onto the official list. Did you get it? Clear? Right. Trading securities, right? Okay, so now I am onto the list. That means I am official. Okay, so my securities, that means RR company securities, can be called as quoted securities also. That's for an example. So you need to understand that listed securities are also known as quoted securities. Am I clear? One point which you have to remember is, RR company shares, okay, they are listed. That means they are onto a stock exchange. Stock exchange has recognized my company, admitted it. Okay, my shares. It doesn't mean that your stock exchange is watching for me. That it doesn't mean that stock exchange is watching for the soundness of RR company. That means it is not saying that, oh, RR company is very good, don't worry, come and do and all those things. No. If something goes wrong with RR company share, stock exchange will not take any responsibility. You understand that? But it will try to keep a gauge on everything. Like it will try to have a look what's happening and all. But it does not assure you any financial soundness or the solvency. That means that they're saying that this company is good, their liabilities are less, their assets are more. Like that type of assurances it won't give. The only thing is, it is listing it and it is asking people, okay, you can trade into this, trade the shares of RR company. That is what it is saying. Okay, am I clear? And anytime stock exchange can say, no, we don't want to list your shares. Okay, stock exchange has that authority, and people will go to the higher authorities applying for it. We'll not go into that deep. Okay, and okay, so fine, we understand. Now, RR company, how did it get listed into a stock exchange? Okay, so the conditions that the stock exchange keeps for the company to get admitted. That means our layman language, for the students to get a student to get admitted into intermediate. Okay, first year. So what do they ask? They ask whether you have passed your 10th class. Okay, where is the certificate? How much grade you have got? Which group you want to join? So such type of details they will ask, right, to get admitted. Same is the case with a stock exchange. What it does is, it will put certain conditions for the shares to be listed on a stock exchange. What it says a paid up issued capital of 3 crores should be there, out of which 60%, that means 1.8 crores, has to be offered to the public. Okay, and those companies only can apply for the listing. This, what is authorized capital, what is issued capital, what is paid up capital, what is subscriber capital, all these things we have come across in our first year. So I'm not going deep into that. Okay, but this is one condition which we have to fulfill to get our company shares listed on a stock exchange. Okay, clear? Okay. So here are some of the documents which we need to further submit. Okay, all these things: memorandum of association. Do you remember? It is like the constitution of the company, prospectus. It is in like it's a circular. Okay, and we know articles of association, the rules and regulations of the company. Okay, and we know the balance sheet, financial statements. What is the agreement with the brokers of that company? Okay, are there any shares and debentures which are already issued? What is their how did they issue those shares? What is the capital structure? Capital structure means your authorized capital, your subscriber capital, issued capital, all those things, details. And if there are any shares distributed, what is the provide the statement for such type of shares. Did your company declare any bonus earlier? If so, give the details. All these things you have to submit for your company to get listed on a stock exchange. Am I clear? Am I clear? Okay. So in order to look into this, the government has come out, like the SEBI has come out with Central Listing Authority, okay, which is a self-regulatory organization, and it takes care of all these listing things. Okay, am I clear? And your stock exchange can anytime delist. That means you can, our layman language, you may be asked to leave the college, school, right? That is called delisting. But for our, but in stock exchange, the stock exchange asks people like companies whenever they find there is some problem with it, and they will to leave. That means they will delist their securities. That means further they cannot trade their shares on that particular stock exchange. Am I clear? So ultimately, if you are asking, sir, why do you want to have a list and why do the stock exchange want to have a list? We understand very clearly. It is related to the control and supervision, and it is related to you want to see that the economic power is decentralized to the lowest level. Okay, and you want to safeguard the interest of the promoters. How? Because you're asking for all the details. You're trying to know what the company is all about, and then only you're allowing them to list onto your stock exchange, and it helps in protecting the shareholders. Am I clear? So till now, what are the concepts which you have learned? We have learned what is a stock exchange, what is why do we need a stock exchange? That means the significance of a stock exchange. Am I clear? Why is it important? And in what perspectives we have learned? Three perspectives: how it is important to investors, how it is important to a company, how it is important to the society. So that we have learned. Okay. Next thing is we talked about listing of securities. Okay. When we talked about listing of securities, we said only those shares which are listed on a stock exchange can be traded. So what are the conditions related to that? We have seen. Now coming to the functions of stock exchange, a very favorite question at the +2 level, intermediate level, okay, and 10 marks, like, okay, listing of securities 5 marks. This is 10 marks, a very favorite area where your examiner is going to ask you. So what does your stock exchange do for us? Okay, it provides all the infrastructure necessary for trading. Trading of what? Okay, your securities, your shares, your debentures, your bonds, everything. Okay, and what it does, it provides us all the information regarding the prices of securities. Okay, uh, like let us say, do you see a picture here? There you see the details of your shares, right? All those things, that information is provided by the stock exchange, which will come onto the news. Or somebody standing before the stock exchange can also see the display, electronic board display. So it provides all the information. Okay, and it protects investors well. How? If the stock exchange finds that there is something wrong going on the stock market, then it will stop trading. For example, today like let's say today morning the markets opened up negative in the sense the share prices started coming down of so many companies. Then immediately what it does, it will stop trading because it is very abrupt. Okay, if it is not stopping trading, what happens? Say for example 120 rupees share is there of RR company. Okay, the market is negative and prices are going down, okay, it may end up 20 rupees. That means the share which I purchased for 120 rupees may end up with 20 rupees price value. So this is a basic layman example. Okay, so these type of things the stock exchange will compare, will observe, and they will try to protect your investor by securing those type of trading activities. Okay, it acts as a clearing house. Clearing house, this is very familiar word to us as far as banks are concerned. Okay, here what happens when I'm selling my shares, like RR company is there, I'm an investor, I'm a shareholder in RR company, I'm selling my shares. Okay, so somebody is buying those shares, so they should be cleared somewhere. That means I'm selling, he is buying, the money transactions should take place, right? Who acts as the clearing house in between? Your stock exchange. They will clear those transactions. So it acts as a clearing house and provides liquidity. We already know. Okay, stock market is the place where you can just sell your shares and you can get your monies immediately. It won't be long period of time. Immediately you will get it once you clear off your shares. Simple terms, simple to understand. If I sell my shares, I'll get my money back immediately within short period of time. Clear? That is liquidity. That's why shares are highly liquid, and it helps in raising new capital. If my already existing company is going for a new business or a new company, or if new companies are coming over, okay, or if new companies are coming into business, then your stock market can help in raising new capital. It provides all the information. Okay, so that it helps in raising new capital, and it acts as a barometer. Barometer, do you know what's a barometer? It measures the pressure, right? So barometer, so you will know that what is the pressure of wind and all. Here, your barometer is stock exchange. For what? Your country's economy, your country's development. So if your market is doing well, that means your stock market is doing well, then people will think, okay, this country is good. Our monies we can invest and we can get more and more returns for our shares. Okay, so let's go and invest in this company. That means you will get all the new investors, which helps again into your economic development and growth. India is having such a nice market where many foreigners, like many foreign investors, will come into India because they earn a lot. Okay, and their monies we are using them for our infrastructure development, for our companies for companies development, and all those things. So your stock exchange is the indicator for it. Am I clear? So once you are on a stock exchange, that means once your company is on a stock exchange, your company is like enjoying reputation. Say for example, you are a student of intermediate from Telangana Model School. That means people will look towards you with great like confidence and, oh, you are great man type of thing. Okay, so you enjoy credit worthiness. That's the layman language. Coming to our company, if it is listed on a stock exchange, people will believe, okay, this is there on stock exchange. That means the company should be good enough. Am I clear? And it minimizes the dangers of speculation, facilitates speculation. Dangers of speculation, I told you. You are waiting and watching something to happen where you will get high returns. It facilitates speculation, and at the same time, okay, we'll come across these things once we talk about the speculators and all. Okay, am I clear? Okay, moving on. Here comes our stock market players. So who is playing a major role in our stock market? Okay, so first picture, if you see that image, if you see that, who are the stock market players? Can you guess? And what are they called as? Guess quickly. I know you do not know about the concept, but still you can make a guess seeing the image, right? Just type it. Everyone should follow this. Don't leave it. Am I clear? Okay. So it's a bull, right? Okay. Now we are talking about speculators. Speculators, that means your stock market players. What they are doing? They are expecting a rise in prices of securities. In simple terms, say for example, Infosys shares are there. They are there 100 rupees. Don't expect the 100 rupees Infosys share. But for example, I'm telling them, okay? So 100 rupees it is there. I'm a speculator in stock market. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting the prices to be like 120 rupees tomorrow, 130 rupees day after tomorrow and all. So I'm expecting the rise in prices. That means, leave an example, the movie is a hit. Today it's a 100 rupees ticket is 130 rupees. Tomorrow 100 rupees ticket will be 150 rupees. That is layman language, okay? But I'm talking about stock market here, shares. So I'm a participant in stock exchange, okay? So what am I saying? I'm trying to predict, or I'm trying to speculate. What is that? The shares of Infosys, which is 100 rupees today, maybe or can be, okay, 110 rupees tomorrow, or 120 rupees tomorrow, 130 rupees day after tomorrow. That means what am I doing? I'm anticipating a rise in price of the securities. So what is that I'm known as in stock market? I'm known as a bull. Am I clear? Clear? Okay. So what is my intention? I will buy the shares of Infosys immediately today. 100 rupees. So 100 shares I'm buying. 100 rupees each, 100 shares, 10,000 rupees. Let us say day after tomorrow, it is 120 rupees because I expected it to be 120 rupees day after tomorrow. So if I sell them, because I expected the prices to rise, if I sell them, I will get 12,000 rupees. That means 2,000 rupees is my profit. Am I clear? I expected the shares to rise. I'm a bull in the stock market. I expected the price of the shares to rise, and the prices have risen. So day after tomorrow, when I'm buying it, what happens? I'm getting more money, 12,000 rupees. That means 2,000 rupees is my profit. Am I clear? Okay. And when I'm saying that I'm buying the shares, I'm not actually taking the delivery of it, but I have marked it. So if someone is selling it, I have marked, okay, I'm buying it day after tomorrow from you. Marked. So day after tomorrow, I will settle it with just 2,000 rupees. That person will give me 2,000 rupees. Am I clear? Actual physical delivery of shares we are not going to take. And the next question that comes to my mind is, why you call such person in a stock market to be a bull? Why you have to compare him with a bull? You know what? Bull, when it attacks its enemy, what it does, it raises that enemy which is coming in the opposite side, okay, with its horns. Am I clear? With its horns. Uh, let's go for your understanding. Bahubali movie, first fight scene. Okay, you all remember, right? I will not go deep into it, but just to make sure that you people are getting connected with me, I'm using that movie thing. Okay, am I clear? So bulls are such people who expect the prices to rise. That is the reason why we are comparing the stock market player with a bull. Am I clear? Clear, right? We have the other stock market players, bear. Okay, so you know a bear, right? So what this bear does is, he's a speculator. He is also a speculator. That means he is waiting and is expecting things. What is he expecting? He is expecting the prices of securities to fall. That means the prices of shares on a stock exchange to fall. That means, say for example, today is 100 rupees Infosys share. So the bull person, what he's doing, what he's thinking is, okay, tomorrow it will be 95 rupees. Day after tomorrow it will be 90 rupees. Like that he is imagining. Okay, he's anticipating. Okay, so a person who expects the fall in prices, we call such person as a bear. Am I clear? So are you all clear with this? Okay, very easy, right? And these are all important for us as far as 2 marks, 5 marks questions and all these things are concerned. And it is very important for us to understand the stock market. And he is known as Mandiwal also. Okay, can you see that bear on the right hand side? Yeah, we will move ahead. And you know the reason why that person is called as a bear, and you know what a bear does when an enemy comes into picture? It will throw the enemy down. Okay, it will press it. That's the reason why it is known, this speculator is known as a bear. He always anticipates the prices to fall. For that reason he is known as a bear. Am I clear? Okay, moving on. Stag, another stock market player. So what this stag is doing, okay, he is very cautious. If you see the picture, you can understand what the stag is doing. It's a kind of deer. What it does, when it is eating grass, it will keep on looking here and there. Am I clear? So same is the case with stock market player. Okay, this player who is there in stock market, what he does things with caution, care. Okay, he will not rush up. He will not anticipate higher rise in prices or fall in prices, but he will be very careful. He neither buys nor sells share. Am I clear? He neither buys nor sells shares. Then what he does, he applies for the company shares, new company, new shares, it applies. Okay, say for example, 100 rupees share. That means our layman language, going to the cinema booking counter and buying the ticket from the booking counter. Okay. So coming back to our stock exchange, he is applying for the new shares of a company, and he is able to buy it at the price the company decided. Let us say 100 shares he is purchasing, 100 rupees is the share. Okay, what is his expectation? His expectation is the company will be a blockbuster. That means it will do very good. So the company prices will rise. Okay, then he can sell it at a premium. Am I clear? So he's applying for the new shares of the company, okay, and he's expecting the company shares to be sold at a higher price, which we call it as premium, okay, and when other people start buying it, he will sell it at higher price. That is what a stag does. Okay, very cautious in approach. Okay, normally he expects the prices to rise, right? So he's bullish in nature. Am I clear? We'll move on. Another stock market player. Now I talked about bear, right? So what the bear is expecting, bear stock market player, what kind of person he is expecting the fall in prices. Okay, so 100 rupees Infosys share today. Tomorrow he is saying that he's speculating. He's expecting it to be 95 rupees. Day after tomorrow he is expecting to be 90 rupees. Okay, so what he is promising is he is promising somebody, saying that day after tomorrow I will give you 100 Infosys shares at 90 rupees each. That means for 9,000 rupees I'm giving you 100 shares. That is what I'm promising. I'm a bear. I'm promising to somebody who is buying it. Imagine day after tomorrow, okay, the prices of the shares is 110 rupees. That means 100 into 110, 11,000. But at what price did I promise? The bear has promised 9,000 rupees. So 2,000 rupees he is losing, right? Actually, the prices have gone up, but he thought that the prices would be less. They will go down. So that is the reason why he is promising the prices will go down. I'll give this person to this, and I'll have a benefit of so and so money. But what actually happened? The prices have increased. That means he is losing that money. So when that bear is unable to meet that commitment, he is called as a lame duck. Lame, broken leg, right? So you can see the duck. So when the expectation of bear does not become true, when his speculation does not become true, he becomes a lame duck. Am I clear? So when we talk about who are actually operating in stock market, it is the jobbers. Okay, jobbers are the people who actually buys the securities from the companies and who sells them in his own name to the brokers or to jobbers. Am I clear? Earlier we talked about the speculators who are there in stock market. Now actually who is buying the shares and who is transmitting it, who is transferring those shares? Okay, it is the jobbers. So jobbers is one kind of stock operators. So he actually buys it and sells them to brokers or sells them to jobbers themselves. Okay, clear? Okay, we will move on. So when I said he sells to brokers, then the next question that comes to my mind is, who is a broker? Okay, so he acts a link between your jobber. Jobber is the person who is actually buying the shares from the company and giving it to a jobber or broker. Okay, so he buys shares from jobber and he gives them to general public. That means he is acting as a link between a jobber and the general public. General public means you and I, like whoever is investing in that company. Am I clear? So you can see the details given below. Like here is the rate at which you can buy, here is the rate at which you can sell. Who is giving all this information? Broker. Okay, because he's in touch with the stock exchange, and he definitely works for a commission. He will not give you all that information for free. He will be dealing with variety of securities, that means different companies shares and all those things, and he will give you all that information. You have to approach a broker to buy shares. Okay, so he cannot give it for free. He asks for a commission. And when I was talking about evolution of stock exchanges in India, I told you which stock exchange is the oldest in Asia. Okay, it's our Bombay Stock Exchange. This is the new building and it is known as Dalal Street. Okay, earlier people were shouting and buying like in that building, but now things have changed. Now it has become online, right? So we call it as bold online trading, Bombay Stock Exchange online trading. So you can quote, you can do the quote on online. Okay, and in our Bombay Stock Exchange, you can make all these settlements. Okay, clearing houses, what a stock exchange does, all these things will be done in a Bombay Stock Exchange also. Then the next question that comes to my mind is, and it sees that it is conforming to the international standards. And the next question that comes to my mind is, why Bombay Stock Exchange? Why National Stock Exchange? Are there not any other stock exchange in India? We have. I already told you there are 23 stock exchanges in India, right? Okay, but these are all associated with some stock exchange like Bombay Stock Exchange or National Stock Exchange. So when we talk about National Bombay Stock Exchange, it is the oldest stock exchange and we know what it is doing, right? Online trading, ensuring that national international standards are maintained, and it is helping customers, global customers, to take note of this trading activities in share market. All these things are happening. Am I clear? Okay, we move on. So the other stock exchange which I talked about, that is there in our country is National Stock Exchange. Okay, it's very pretty new, right? You can see the image, National Stock Exchange. So National Stock Exchange features, it is a very new one that has come out. Okay, so it is computerized and it works with an automated quote system. You don't have to specifically quote the price of the shares and all, it is automatically quoted. Okay, based on artificial intelligence, and it deals with wholesale debt market. Debt market means your debentures and bonds, and also your government securities. We have come across treasury bills and all. So National Stock Exchange deals with these things also apart from your shares. Okay, and whatever the price data that is there, it is forecasted through Press Trust of India. Okay, that means they will reveal what is the price of the share that is going on and all. It has a subsidiary clearance system. With the subsidiary clearance system, I already told you, clearing house, how it acts. Okay, so if I'm settling my shares, then I need to get my money. So there should be a clearing house. So your National Stock Exchange will be helping us to do that. Okay, so but those stock exchanges are maintaining standards and other things, there is every chance that there will be problems in stock exchange, like your Arshad Mehta case and all. I will not be going deep into it. So in order to take control of these things, in order to have a control on all these things, we have got an authority called as SEBI. Okay, SEBI looks into all these things. When we are studying about capital markets also, I told you money markets, your RBI plays a major role, and your, when it comes to capital markets and especially stock exchanges, your SEBI plays a major role. Okay, so this comes in 1992 with an act, and in 1995 more powers are given to SEBI. So what is the composition of the SEBI means? It has got a chairman. Okay, there should be authority for that, and again SEBI controls everything, right? In stock market, it's the authority, government authority. So chairman it has got nominated by the government of India, and it has got 2 members from finance ministry. Okay, and 1 member from RBI. These are all informational and which you need to understand. Okay, 5 members are nominated by again government of India. What it does, it has got 3 types of function: quasi legislative, quasi judicial, and quasi executive. Legislative means it can make rules, it can make laws. Okay, quasi judicial, it can give judgments, it can settle the cases. Quasi executive, it can implement things. Okay, so we are talking about all the forms of government in SEBI. Okay, but of course every time you can, when you find something wrong, or when the judgment is wrong, or any if you are deprived of some justice, you can always go to court. That is a different story. But what powers it has got, that we are talking about. So it always educates investors. Okay, gives them training and how they have to invest in securities and all that type of training. It decentralized training. Okay, and it controls the stock exchange. Okay, it asks the stock exchanges and to maintain all the information required for the stockbrokers to maintain the information, and it checks them. Okay, it regulates them, and it conducts audits and inspections whether whatever the information provided by these stock exchanges are the players in stock exchanges, whether they are really doing it appropriately according to the laws of the country or not. Everything is checked by your SEBI. SEBI plays a very important role and in protecting our investors. That is what we have to understand. Okay, so it inspects book. I already we talked about. And recognizing of a stock exchange or de-recognizing of a stock exchange is done by SEBI. Am I clear? So ultimately, you step back and try to recollect what we have talked about. Stock market is the place where, okay, we have the shares, that means your securities traded. Okay, am I clear about that? So meaning of a stock exchange, I understand. And most importantly, you need to understand that stock exchange now is considered as a company. Okay, what is so important to be recognized as a company? Because your ownership and management would be different. It will not be the same. It can be different. Okay, so NSE, when we talk about National Stock Exchange, it's recognized as a company. So that rule has come. Okay, so I understood what is the stock. As a student, you need to understand what is the stock exchange, place where you buy and sell securities. Okay, and you need to understand what is the significance of a stock exchange. Okay, significance in the sense how it is important to an investor to be with the stock exchange plays a role. Okay, and what role, what significance it has got to an company, what significance it has got to a society. And I need to understand, okay, I need to understand as a student, like the companies, they have to be listed on a stock exchange. That means they have to be registered on a stock exchange. Why? Because everyone can have confidence and all the information can be available about their shares, so that others can trade. That means buying and selling of securities takes place. So companies listing is very important. Then we talked about functions of stock exchange, a very favorite question for the examiner. So it provides infrastructure, it provides information to the investors, all those things. Okay, so we understood that, and we know that what is BSE and NSE. These are the two major stock exchanges in India. BSE is the oldest, NSE is the newest, and all the other stock exchanges which we are talking about will have affiliation either to BSE or NSE or both. Okay, and companies will get registered in BSE or NSE or both. Okay, so that their shares can be traded. So this is the reason why we went through Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange. Then we talked about Securities Exchange Board of India, which has got an authority. Okay, through act. When we say act, it is to the government, right? It is voted in parliament. It is a law. And what powers it has got? It has got both legislative, judiciary, and executive powers. Okay, all those things it has got. Why? Because to control the stock markets. Otherwise, what happens? There can be every chance that your stock markets are polluted, and investor may suffer. That has what has happened with the Harshad Mehta case. But we are beyond our time here to discuss that. But if you are curious, to just go through the Harshad Mehta case. Very nice case. Okay, so SEBI plays an important role in controlling the stock exchanges and in protecting the customers. Okay, any questions you have? Do you have any questions? We are good, right? You understood everything, every aspect of your stock exchange. Now, are you ready to invest in shares? Then listen to your news. In every news channel, you will get this thing. How our shares, how our stock exchange is doing. Okay, what is how much, like what are the points, that Sensex points and all. Just start understanding the concept. You will enjoy it. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you all. Principal ma'ams, students, everyone, okay, who has supported me and who have been very participative. Especially the students are very participative. Thank you all.
Thank you, DB Ramarao Garu. It was a very wonderful session. You have given a complete comprehension over stock exchange, how the stocks are traded, or all the issues that are related. Maybe your experience with Deloitte has helped a lot in your class today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So we expect the same enthusiasm and commitment from you in the further sessions also. It was a very good listening from our side. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.